So I know this might be another repeat. Does he really live in Shambhala or Gyanganj? And is this Trilok Akhada also in Gyanganj? Hi, my name is Aarti Thakral Karan, and we have with us today the most popular, the most trending, and the most modern guru of all times, Guru Pashupati, with his treasure of knowledge. He is one person who has the simplest answers to the complex questions, easy techniques for difficult problems. He is the Parampara Adhikari for the Trilok Akhada, which was established 60,000 years ago. He is a direct disciple of Mahavatar Babaji and is trained in multiple forms of martial arts. Like a normal human being, he has had multiple problems in his life, but he has not just overcome those problems, but also discussed them through the YouTube platform, which gives us the confidence that if he can do it, we can too, which is why I feel so connected to him. I feel honored to present to you Guru Pashupati. Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
First of all, I would like to thank you for this beautiful opportunity that you have given to me to have a podcast with you. And I really appreciate that. I would first, with your permission, want to make a small prayer to Mother Divine.
Sure.
Thank you. I pray to Mother Divine that each one who watches this podcast receives the blessings of Mother Divine with the answers that you give. May he or she be healed at the physical, mental, spiritual and emotional level. That's my prayer to Mother for everybody. Jai Ma. Since you have spent so much time with Babaji, let me begin with him. Who is Mahavatar Babaji actually? I had read a blog that he is a Maitreya for this planet. Is that correct?
I don't know what that means. But Mahavatar Babaji is actually an avatar. Murugan, you know Murugan?
Yes. Kartikeya.
Kartikeya. He used to fly through the world and he used to look after his bhakts. You know, hear their calls. And when he was flying one day, he saw a couple calling, asking for a child like Murugan. They wanted a son like Murugan, so they were praying for that. And he said, I can help. And he took birth as their child.
Wow.
And then he became Nagraj. His name was Nagraj Nath. He became a Nath later. And then a lot of circumstances happened and he got abandoned. His parents were forced to sell him for money. It came to that. Because they didn't have the capacity to look after him. They didn't have the capacity to educate him. They just wanted a son like Murugan.
Okay.
They didn't want all the wealth that is required to educate such a illustrious boy. So then he had to go and find his own way. So his karmas arranged so that he would meet Agasthyar, and later he met Bhoganathar, and these two were his Siddha Gurus, and they trained him in Siddha Yoga, Tamil Siddha Yoga, which includes a whole lot of disciplines. It's based on the Vedas and it draws from every aspect of it. It has been documented extensively in the Tamil language. So that's what he taught. And then he became immortal. By the age of 16, his body stopped aging and he became immortal. So he is in the form of Kumara himself. He looks like Murugan, not like Jesus, how they show him. Or they make him a white guy, then they make him sit like this. Because this is not how he is. He's active, his eyes burn like a sun.
Really?
If he looks at you, it's like you'll get the heat of the sun. So he's like that. And his whole body radiates cold.
Radiates cold?
Yeah. He has to control it. If he doesn't control it, there'll be ice falling. So he's like that. Because Skanda, Murugan, Kartikeya, he lives in the Arctic Circle. He went there after he fought with his parents. Because he and Ganesh were having a competition of who will go around the world faster. So Ganesh went around his parents 3 times, he's waiting there only. And Murugan finished it in like 6 minutes or something and he's there. and he thought he'll win. But then Ganesh said, "This is my world, man. I don't know what world are you talking about." So he said, "What? This is cheating." And then Shiva said, "No, he's the winner because he went around his world 3 times. You didn't specify which world. So he's the winner." So Murugan was not happy with that justice.
Right.
So his karma was to leave. And he went and he stayed in the Arctic Circle.
Not Palani.
Not Palani. And he taught a lot of Siddha Yoga there. And that's how all the gods came up. Odin. Odin is a practitioner of something called Sitar.
Okay.
Yeah. Why does Odin have his powers? Because of Sitar. That's what they say in their language. And Freya was a practicing Sitar. So it just means Siddha. That's all it is. So Siddha Yoga is the oldest yoga. It's been around for a long time. Mahathir Babaji himself, we don't know what his age is, but his human age is around 2,700, 800 years, I don't know, something like that. Give or take 100 years, because 100 years is nothing for him. And so then, I don't know what's the story with him and Yogananda and Kriya Yoga, and I really never was interested in the story. I never asked Babaji, never bothered. Because what he taught me is what he taught me. Like I never learned anything else. After I came back, people are asking me, "Are you teaching Kriya Yoga?" I'm like, "No, what's that?" Right? So then, I mean, I had attended something, but they just taught me some breathing techniques. And they said, "After this, your Kundalini will rise." Nothing rose.
Okay.
I did it sincerely. Whatever they taught me, nothing happened. So I felt that this lineage was not connected. But I really wanted to solve one problem, which is why he found me. And later he told me he teaches only avatars, and he told me like who I'm an avatar of, and I didn't even know. Actually, Agastya told me. Yeah, but I'm not ready to discuss that yet. But I was wondering, why will Mahathir Babaji come and teach me, right? Because I'm just an ordinary kid from Bangalore. Then I'm like, why would he come to me at the age of 13? And later I realized, as my work is coming up, I realized, who I have to be and actually who I am. That took its own sweet time, because my Guru had taken away all knowledge of my previous births. He didn't let me know, because he wanted this body to get prepared. And he didn't want me to rely on any past achievement. So then I've been practicing the immortal yoga, and my youthfulness came back. And it's been very easy for me. Like I don't work out, like I don't go to the gym and I don't do stuff. I have a home gym with a pull-up bar vagera, but it's not like I work out fanatically. Whenever I remember, I do some pull-ups and push-ups. But that's about it. The rest of it is just grace. The amount of strength and power that this body has is like it's an upgraded vehicle. And it's getting even more upgraded, more and more and more, because I do a lot of practice of Siddha Yoga. Whatever I learned from him, now the memories are coming back. That memories also he removed. He said, remove all knowledge, because I had got a boon in my past birth that I'll be free of knowledge. I prayed to Devi and said, just empty me of knowledge, because I don't want to know. Because when I know, then I can't learn anymore. So I asked her, like, can you please let me forget everything that I know all the time. So I don't remember anything. I keep forgetting. And when somebody asks me, then I figure it out from scratch. So what I've developed is my intellect, not my memory. So I construct the answer if somebody wants an answer. I don't remember any answers. And I love that, because that's where I don't have to struggle with knowledge. So because of this boon I got from Devi, and she is Vipasha. She removes all the pasha. Pasha means knowledge. The Pati is the Guru, the Pashu is the student, and the Pasha is the knowledge. Guru Pasha also I forgot. I didn't remember anything. And then I had to figure my way out from scratch. And then I suddenly remembered, I have a Guru, I can call him. And then finally I called him. In August 2022, I had enough of not remembering who I am. So I said, Guruji, where are you? And then he came. I could feel Goa getting cold. And then he said, you come here. And he came to a hill on Vagator. So I went there. And then he was looking at me. It's like, you sure you don't want to learn anything? You don't want to remember anything you learn? I said, no Babaji, I don't want to remember, but can you please teach me one thing and I'll remember how to take out karma? Because there are so many events happening that I can't control. And it keeps bothering me, like it makes me uncomfortable, and I feel like I want to live like a king. I don't want to live like a pauper, beggar, because that time I was struggling for money and all sorts of things. So he said, yeah, okay, I'll teach you. And then he touched me here like this, and then he went. And then after that I got the knowledge how to remove karmas, how to modify it, how to set the stage, depth of yoga nidra. And he's making me read the Vedas, he's making me read the Puranas, and he's making me read the Tantras. Nobody can read all this. I spend at least 4 to 7 hours every day just reading. I don't sleep like other people that much. I don't need that much sleep. I sleep around 10 o'clock and I'll be up at 2:22 I'll be up. I just set that number because it's nice. It's Murugan's number, 6, 222. So I wake up at 2:22, I pray to my Guru and I start studying. And till when my work gets over by 1 o'clock, so after that I'm free. I'll just finish up odd jobs, whatever I have. From 3 o'clock usually I'm studying again. From 3 to 10 I'm studying. Then from 2:22 till my class, I have a class at 4 o'clock. So 2:22 to 4 o'clock, 1 more hour I'm doing. So minimum 7 to 8 hours I'm studying every day. Because I want my knowledge fresh. I don't want prepared knowledge. So it's all fresh.
And it's retained now, like...
No. That's why I'm making videos, so that if I want to remember, I can watch my videos.
Videos have now become such a great source. It's like a book.
Yeah. I've taught so many things in the past 13 years on video that I don't remember, but I have the videos if I ever need it, and I've never needed it. So what's the point remembering knowledge?
So it's like Hanumanji, who was asked to forget everything, and when the time was right, he remembered everything.
Yeah, my students remind me now. They like, Guruji, you can do this. I'm like, oh really? Okay. Then I'll figure it out, I mean, I know I can do this, but they're like, you can do it much simpler. You don't have to think about it. It's already done. And they come up with some memory of what I taught. I'm like, if you knew, why you didn't apply? And I'm like, I don't know, so I don't apply anything.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. I'm against scholarship. I think the more scholarly you become, the more you lose touch with the real world.
I've seen you using the funda of Thames Nadi.
Thames Nadi is another phenomenon. It's a most beautiful thing created by Kali. Kali Purush, the villain of Kali Yuga.
The one who rules Kali Yuga.
Yeah, not rules Kali Yuga. He has only 6 or 7 places to sit. He doesn't rule Kali Yuga. He can sit in gold, he can sit in alcohol, and he can sit in illicit relationships. He can sit in prostitute dens. He can sit in slaughterhouses. He can sit in war. And I don't know, I might have missed something. See, I don't remember. But he can sit in all these places, right? So just avoid those places, because anyway it's immoral. Gambling, one more. Yeah. People doing stock market and all that, it's just basically gambling, okay? They think they have some skill to it. No, it's because of my skill I'm able to make money in the stock market. One day they get wiped out. Gambling. So this gambling should be avoided, There are better ways to make money. Why should you gamble? So that's why people are now, everyone is a gambler, because when they go and join a job also, they have a gambling attitude. Like, I hope this works out. They're not joining the job because it fits in with their principles and they love what they're doing. That's not why they're joining a job. They're joining a job, it's a gamble. Let's see if this works out. If this doesn't work out, I'll try that. If that doesn't work out, I'll try this. There's no real reason. I mean, you can be in a job that is honorable, but for most people that's not a reality. So Kali sits on the head. And Thames Nadi is the gift of Kali. It didn't sit on my head because I wasn't into any of these things. But I used to abhor them so much that I ended up with all those things. That everything, like from violence to slaughter to... I was the priest in Chamundi. I had to slaughter a buffalo every full moon. Yeah, I didn't even know how to do it first. Because in Nepal, we used to hit it with one jhatka and it dies. Here they don't have a knife like that. They don't have the large kukri, which is called Bhojpuri kukri. They use saw. So they saw its neck. It's like too much work. So I was like, how I ended up here? Because, I was asked to do it. And so I was doing it. If we don't do it, the Maharaja's family will have problem. Because Chamundi wants to eat her buffalo meat, even today. So, these things were there. This was long back. I don't know if they're still doing it or what. The new Raja is quite modern, so I'm not sure what he's doing. But the older Raja was buying paintings from me. So then he realized that I know a lot about the Vedas and the Shastras. So he put me onto some of his people who were translating a book, old Sanskrit, and they couldn't understand. So I was helping them, even though I don't know Sanskrit that much. But I know yoga. So when that was coming out, I was like, no, this doesn't sound right. It should be like this. It should be like this. I could give those commentaries. And this is what I do even now. I make my students to read the Tantra, I listen, and I start translating it properly from where it has to be, like what exactly it means. Wow. And there are so many secret things which even sometimes that student is also not ready to hear. So I save it for later. But I'm documenting it, at least. So that I'm putting it all in one place. But I've never read my notes. Finally, if I have to use something from the Tantra, it just comes. Because it's there somewhere. I've done enough lifetimes of that. So that's why I like to give people scriptural reference. So that, it doesn't become another scam, right? Because if I start just saying things offhandedly, then my students also will start that. Okay. Even though I'm qualified to do it, they'll just say, because I feel this is a technique, it's a technique, it won't work. Because it has to be validated by the scriptures, it has to be written in the tantras, it has to be given in a lineage. There are secrets of secrets of secrets. If you want the mantra will be written like a riddle. Everybody takes it out wrong. They don't understand the riddle. Mantras are never written straight in the...
I have just heard of that, but I used to always wonder,
It starts with mantra vidya, everything. So it's mantra, then tantra, then yantra. These three are the progression of experts. Experts will just make a drawing and it's done. Whatever they want to do. Somebody says, I want like billions of rupees, I can make a drawing, give it to them. And they'll make billions of rupees. So that's nothing like... Like whenever I feel I want land, suddenly money will come. I can buy lots of land. Crores will come. And if I don't want anything, I don't want anything.
See, but you have that knack now, that whatever you wish, it comes to you and you're able to execute it without much of effort.
Things I wish for excite Devi, na? I don't wish for useless things.
Correct.
I don't say, let me have a good wife. Like, I'm not sitting here doing that. I want children. No. I'm not doing any of that stuff. The kind of stuff that I want, Devi is like, wow, that's interesting, and she gives it, That's the only technique. There's no other technique, because the kind of things people choose are like, oh my God, it's faster horse, Henry Ford said, I didn't ask my customers what they want, because if I ask them what they want, they'll say, I want a faster horse. He just invented the car. So, you need to make that quantum leap in your imagination. For that, you need to have something called thinking time. People don't have thinking time. They only have doing time. They don't have thinking time. So the human being or human doing, what are they? Only doing. Because you have to spend some time being yourself, visualizing your life, knowing who you are, thinking what you want, how to get it, what's the most optimum way. Why don't we have this kind of thought process? People are thoughtless. They think the same thoughts again and they call it overthinking. How is it overthinking? It's underthinking. Everyone who says I have an overthinking problem is actually underthinking. They're not thinking the next thought. Think the same thought again on loop. Like a stuck TikTok video, it keeps going on and on and on. Like, scroll up, man, go to the next video. Why are you stuck here? You know? Then I realized what the problem is. First I asked Mahathir Babaji. He said, you know it, but you forgot it. And you don't need to know it. Like, Babaji, come on, tell me. Why are people so stupid? Why do they do things that they oppose themselves? They say I want to lose weight and they eat chocolate cake. Why? Tell me. They say I want to quit smoking and they buy a cigarette pack. Why? Why do people do this? Tell me. They say I want to take care of my family and then they don't become rich. Why? What is up with people? Why do they do the opposite of what they want? Tell me. I was after him. Tell me. He didn't. He said, no, you know it. You'll find out. Figure it out. And so I was like, okay, I have to figure this out. Baba is not opening his mouth. So I did a lot of research. I had to research for 13 years to find out why people do this. It's parasites. That's what I found out in the end. Parasites hijack the gut-brain axis and start affecting your mind.
Okay. And how do you get rid of these parasites?
There are ways. Colloidal silver, colloidal iodine. There are many such ways to get rid of them.
So these are physical medicines you're saying? So I know this might be another repeat. Does he really live in Shambhala or Gyanganj? And is this Trilok Akhada also in Gyanganj?
No idea. Because Babaji shows only what he wants to show. Okay. I mean, I've got answers for humanity's problems, but not for their idle curiosity. Okay.
Fair. Is Mataji his consort or she's his cousin?
I think she's both.
And why is it important to have a consort on the Siddha path? I've read it somewhere that if you are walking the Siddha path, you have to have a consort. Is it true?
Yeah, it's true.
So what is the necessity of having a consort?
You can't get immortality without that. The other way to get immortality is by sacrificing other human beings. That's the evil way to get it. The right way to get it is through sexual practice, sexual yoga practice, sexual tantra practice. That's the only way to get it.
So either you get into sacrifices.
See, immortality cannot be the work of just you.
Okay.
That's Devi's will. She doesn't want it to be only one person's work. She wants it to be, if the person is not able to get love in this world, they can't behave in such a way that they don't get love in this world. They don't deserve immortality. So that's it. It's Devi's rule and her law. That karma is a very important part before moksha. And she's called Kameshwari. She's called Shivakami. Why? Why is she called that? Why can't she be called Shiva Sanskari? Why she's called Shivakami? Why can't she be called Sanskareshwari? Why Kameshwari?
Then why is it always looked down upon?
Because Thames Nadi. You go to any temple, forget Khajuraho, any temple, you will find erotic sculptures in any temple, including Chamundi temple. Why? Because it's an important identity of Devi. Sexual identity of Devi is very important. Look, Devi may be Vimarsha of Shiva, but she reflected Shiva back to him, and then he reflected that light again, and that became Prakriti. And then she reflected more Shivas back to him, and they all became the male principles of the world. And really that's how it is. Everything comes out of her. Even Shiva's desire to have her came out of her.
So she existed and she had the desire to be with Shiva.
She didn't exist. In the beginning there was only Shiva, but then Shiva was with desire. And that's her, Shivakami. And then she came out of it. She said, his desire to know himself. He's like, I don't know, I want to see myself. Who am I? She reflected him back to, like, this is who you are. And he was like, whoa, I'm so beautiful, I had no idea. And he reflected that back. And that became Prakriti or nature that we see now. And this is just one origin story. There are 100 origin stories. Every Purana has a different origin story. Every Tantra has a different origin story. But they're all unanimous about one thing. Devi is sexy. She is not, asexual. She's not that. Devi is very sexual. You read Lalita Sahasranama, the first one only, the Vagdevis are praising her. They're praising her breasts. Why? Is it a pervert religion? No. It's natural human order that immortality is only possible through sex. But people want to get it in different ways. They want to get immortality by dying. They want moksha by dying. I don't understand. How do you live forever by dying? You don't understand the meaning of moksha. Moksha is freedom from the cycle of birth and death. Right. If you're dying, how can you be free of the cycle? You should be neither dying nor being born. That means you should be alive. If you're dead, then what are you?
So, the common understanding is what I understand is that your spirit or your soul gets to live with the higher power, higher consciousness, and that's how you're not coming into birth and death cycle again, and that's how you have...
What can be higher than human consciousness? Tell me. Because we have evil and we have good also on this earth. So there's an opportunity to play the game. What will you do with a higher consciousness that has no dangers and no problems? We fight to come here to be humans. And after we come here, we're fighting to leave. Because parasites.
Could you elaborate on these parasites, please?
Yeah, there are books written about it. There's a book called Worms Are Killing You by Wayne Rowland. You should read that book. And he's written also a book called The Silver Colloidal about the benefits of colloidal silver. And I've been using, from that book, I've been using ideas to help people get rid of parasites. And they're getting rid of parasites. And
so is it something to consume? Anymore. The silver colloidal is something to consume?
It's basically water that is dropped on a high voltage silver plate. So it captures silver nanoparticles. And you have 5 ml of that. 40 parts per million of silver.
Okay.
1 million particles, 40 are silver. Rest is water particles.
Okay.
So it tastes like water only.
Understood.
But it raises your potential across every cell.
And frees you eventually from the parasites that have been staying with you for good.
You know why? Because now the cell has energy to defend itself. So it can fight the parasites. Because it doesn't have energy earlier, it can't fight. So it's not like neem, for example, which kills worms because of certain chemicals, which also might harm you. That's the problem. But silver colloidal increases your electricity so that you can get rid of them in a natural way. Worms are not the only one. There are other parasites too. There are small little parasites which are microscopic and they look like spiders, they look like different things. Some of them look like snakes, some of them look like worms, some of them look like...
And they are all inside our body.
If you zoom in, and some of them are like viruses, corona, how it looked. So there are all these parasites. Corona is also a parasite, right? So like that there are many parasites. And if they get control of your gut-brain axis, which is a very thick nerve that runs between the hypothalamus and the gut, what happens is it starts sending its own neurosignals and it can make choices for you about what to eat, how to be. It loves it when you're stressed because it thrives on the acidity of those hormones.
Wow.
And if alcoholics drink because they have an alcohol-loving parasite. And this is what we used to call possession in Ayurveda. They talked about it. But they said it's by spirits because they didn't have microscopes to see the parasites. But now we know it's because of parasites.
Wow.
When I was studying
it's
Ayurveda,
so interesting
when I was studying Ayurveda in a college, then this was the most interesting part for me. Now I forgot what it's called, obviously. But it's There's a part in Ayurveda where we only deal with spirits and spirit possessions. And people's health gets better when you remove the spirit possession. Just yesterday I did this for a student in Malaysia. I removed one level of spirits, then his stomach used to bloat up like this big, and now it's all back to normal. But then there was like other stuff where he made a lot of losses, and that was also driven by the parasites. So he didn't get fully cured. Now I put him on another protocol. And of course, even with our energy and all, we heal, you know. Just last month we gave healing to about 1,000 people. And we gave it for free, and we said if you get healed, then if you feel like paying a dakshina, whatever comes in your mind, you pay. We collected 7,50,000 or something from 1,000 people. Just on
how they started feeling
gratitude
after receiving.
after how they
Absolutely.
felt. Exactly. So that's how I think hospitals should charge, and that's the future.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this every month, and I'm going to invite people, like if you get results of the healing, then you pay. And people paid with
That's
gratitude.
so
like
beautiful.
one person paid 2 lakh.
That's so beautiful and noble.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. Like, because people cannot be bothered to take responsibility for their health, we're doing it. So
And even if they're bothered, if the parasite is taking control of them, they could be just doing the opposite of what they should be doing.
yeah.
Isn't
that's
it true?
That's true.
Wow. I mean, what you've just shared is absolute news to me.
But also, listen, parasites thrive in a certain environment. If you're busy maintaining that internal environment of garbage, they'll thrive inside you. The internal light is what they like, and also the internal pH. If your internal pH and light changes, then you can get infested with parasites. That means if you have emotions with darker light, like anger, fear, all of these enemies of intelligence, they're called anjanas, right? Greed, lust, this. If you're filled with all these low vibration stuff, that's a good place for parasites to thrive. So this guy cured himself of stomach cancer by getting rid of the parasites. And the only survivor of stomach cancer in the world, Wayne Rowland, the guy who wrote the book. In the world, there's nobody who survives stomach cancer. You know, they cut it out, and after that, they have a miserable life, and within 5 years, they're dead. They cut out the cancer, esophageal and stomach cancer. If you get, then you're not going to be alive for a long time.
Yeah.
But this guy reversed it, and he lived till 90. What did he do? So I was studying his work. I mean, it's not impressive for me that he lived till 90. So he let something else kill him. But at least it wasn't the parasites. And you know, all the something else, the last 13 years I've been studying about all the something else. So I know all the something else.
Would you like to share that?
I don't remember, but I've noted it all down.
Yes,
And
I'm interested in knowing.
I noted down 20 points why people are sick. But honestly, I don't remember it. But I'll tell you some what I remember.
Yes, please, please.
That's why I noted it down.
Yes, please.
The first one is, you don't get enough sunlight. That's the biggest problem for people. Because if you get sunlight, your hormones will get formed from your cholesterol, otherwise you'll just keep getting higher cholesterol numbers. People are seeing high cholesterol numbers in the blood report, go plonk your ass in the sun for as long as you can bear the heat, and then go sit plonk it in the shade. And try to do like marathons of 5 to 6 hours outside. Do it for 10 days, your cholesterol will be normal.
Wow.
Yeah.
In 10 days?
Yeah. And even your sugars will come down to normal if you do that.
But you're saying like spending 5 to 6 hours in the sun?
Outdoors, yeah. Like a postman. Yeah, that's what you need to do, outside. Just be outside. Wear minimum clothes and be outside. Expose your skin to the sun. If you can do this for 10 days, go to Goa, take a holiday, do this. But you should have absolutely no light at night when you're doing this. Otherwise you cancel out all the effect of the sunlight. Your sugars will again rise, your cholesterol will again rise. Okay? So, if you do this one thing, you might get rid of so many other health problems. Next is water. People keep drinking water as if it's Amrit, but water has a lot of deuterium in India.
I'm sorry?
Deuterium. Deuterium, water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen? No. 150 parts per million is heavy hydrogen called deuterium. It's a heavy metal. It harms your body. It confuses the mitochondria and damages it because the mitochondria thinks it's hydrogen and pulls it, and then it gets stuck because it has an extra neutron. So it damages the mitochondria as it goes through. Every cell has, a healthy person's cell will have 5,000, 6,000 mitochondria on average. Brain cells may be having more because they need more energy. But I think nowadays an average person should be having 1,500, 200 mitochondria, to 2,000 mitochondria per cell.
So the more you have, the better you are.
You're not aging anymore if you got mitochondrial activity, because that's the main energy producer for your body.
Okay.
It also produces a magnetic field by which everything aligns and you're able to sense even magnetism. Most people can't sense magnetism, but if there's a plug point and it's on, I can sense the electromagnetism from it and I switch it off. But most people can't sense that. They put the phone in the pocket and they can't sense how it's burning themselves. It's microwaving them. Most idiots put their phone in their pocket and then they microwave their genitals, and then they wonder why they're having erectile dysfunction and other such problems. So our whole radiation atmosphere is too much. So we're building small machines, not machines but fabrications, like a rod with copper wrapped around it and a crystal on top, like spatik. Like this, what I'm wearing. So this one vibrating along with the copper changes the radio frequencies in the room.
So you all are building this, you're saying?
Anyone can do it. It's just a stick with copper wrapped around it. Now we're making bigger structures. We're trying to make our kitchen completely radiation free. We're trying to make our garden completely radiation free, so you can work on parts of the house where you don't have radiation. RF frequencies are not much. Your phone will not work in these places. So it's okay. But you get relief. So if I make my garden radiation free, then I can go and sit there and meditate in peace.
Correct.
Otherwise, radiation is affecting my mitochondria. Artificial light does that. That's why we shoot only during the day. We don't shoot at night. And it's mostly sunlight here with a little light to illuminate us. Otherwise, we'll look ugly. But this will not affect you. Like the dosage of light we're now getting here will not affect you because there's a lot of sunlight here. And that's why you have to be out in the sun. At least you have to sit like this with the doors open and allow the insects to come in. But you want to cut off everything. You isolated yourself from nature, This bee is sitting on your hand, but it's to bless you. It's Brahmari Devi. She's not biting you. She can if she wants.
She's not biting for so long.
Biting. It's been like half an hour and she hasn't
Yes.
There, she flew away now.
The moment you recognized, oh my God.
Yeah, so, and you're also not feeling fear or anything, right? You're feeling that energy coming from it. Because I prayed to Devi before I came here. And whenever I pray to Devi, something happens.
How sweet. So where is this Triloka Khada actually physically present? Like if we want to visit Triloka Khada, how can we go there?
It's not even on this planet, so you can't go there.
Okay.
Triloka Khada is the Akhada formed by Shankarnath. And it was in honor of Trilokinath, who was actually an alien.
Okay.
And he taught yoga and stuff. So he named it after him. And then all of the yoga then comes from Shankar only. Everything. So there is, of course, there is Vaishnavi Tantra, there is Vishnu Yoga, there is Narsim Yoga. Krishna had his own yoga. Everybody has their own yoga. But the Adi Guru is Shiva. Everything comes from him because he's the one who had that thinking time to create yoga. Look at Vishnu, he's busy or he's sleeping. Look at Brahma, he's also busy. But Shiva's not busy, he's meditating most of the time.
Yeah.
Unless he's killing someone.
When he opens his eyes, then there's destruction happening.
Then Kamdev dies.
So how do we learn all these yogas that you're talking about? Is it already like The biggest problem that we face in India today is the language, which we have gone away from.
Sanskrit?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can learn Sanskrit, but you won't learn yoga. There are thousands and millions of Sanskrit scholars who don't know yoga. So, yoga is not restricted only to this land. Yoga is the heritage of the entire world. Because when King Bharata came and he was the ruler not only of Jambudvipa but of the whole world. And Jambudvipa is the Indian subcontinent, which at that time was not joined to the mainland.
Okay.
So
they say it is still close to Himalayas.
Jambudvipa. Jambudvipa is a whole continent because the jambu tree grows here, right? Jamun.
Jamun.
What do you call it? I don't know. Jamun. Some blackberries, you know. That tree, it's named after that. Within Jambudvipa, there was Bharat Varsha, and Varsha is like a component of the continent. So the continent itself is called Jambudvipa, I think. Maybe the subcontinent is called Bharat Varsha.
Okay. Yeah, so religious is not what I meant. I'm sorry if I conveyed that way. I meant to say the way of life. Because they say Sanatan is yes. So we are on the same page. I meant to say that Sanatan is a way of life. It's not inducing religiousness or religion into anybody, but grooming up yourself in such a way from a very early age wherein you are a help to the society rather than
I'll tell you what happens with all these idealistic visions is that you create a bubble like Rishi Valley School. It's a bubble. It's a bubble of wonderful stuff. Or Sadhguru's made a Gurukul in Isha Foundation. It's wonderful. They're learning a lot of things amazing. When they come back to the real world, they can't handle it. So then they need to learn things again from scratch. So it doesn't matter from where you come, I've got Muslim students, I've got Christian students, I've got Sikh students, I've got Jain students. And they don't have a problem with what I'm teaching because they're looking at it as life skills.
Right.
When does one start seeking life skills? When they have a life problem. 6-year-old has no life problem. Not yet. Okay. He's not ready to learn life skills. Okay. He'll just learn it by rote.
Understand.
He doesn't have problems. So that's not the right age to start. I think the right age to start is after you get screwed and you got your midlife crisis. That's when you should learn. When you realize life is slipping away, then you're like, I need to control this. You'll wake up. But yes, I'm making stories for children nevertheless. And these are from the Puranas. We are starting an animation company as well. Like a lot of things happen when you have the ecosystem. I don't even know what and all is happening. There are things, if they happen without me knowing, I'm happy. I don't even need to know. Some of my students are making a big land. 50 acres, something they're doing. They want me to come there also and to help them. They don't know what to do there. They're just getting the land. They're asking me, what should we call this land, Guruji? So things like this, miracles keep happening and I don't know what's happening half the time. One of my passions is mass communication. I really like it because I think that this is really what I want to specialize in. I don't want to learn anything else. I'm good at mass communication and that's all I need to learn because it's the mother of all skills. Absolutely. I don't need any other skill. Because I'm a good communicator, people come and do the thing for me. I don't even have to ask sometimes. Correct. So that's what it is, right? We need to be a good communicator. We need to be ready, like all the rasas, all the natya you should know. If you don't know the Natya Shastra, then you can't be a good communicator. So it starts from there. I think Natya Shastra is something I want to teach children. They should learn. But that's all they need to know because then the rest is, they'll figure it out, man. Just put them together and give them, like, my friend, my student, he's created videos now for kids, for communication, and it's so good. Based on my video, which I made for adults, he said there should be something for kids and he made it through animation for kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the same message going to them in another way, but
in a way they can understand with their own language and all stuff about communication, which I only taught, and I'm like, wow, this is so good. Who wrote it? It's like, Guruji, you only wrote it. I'm like, oh, okay. Doctors, the students think I'm nuts.
Guruji, is it true that we are moving towards Ghor Kalyug, or the other belief that says that we are moving towards light?
I think it's called Ghor Kalyug after 10,000 years of Kalyug. That's when Ganga dries up. Ganga is progressively getting smaller and smaller. The glaciers are melting and getting smaller and smaller. It will be another 5,000 years before it's fully dry. According to my friend who works in environment, she's saying it will happen in the next 50 years. But according to the scriptures, it will take another 5,000 years. So we are somewhere in the midpoint. 5,000 years of Kalyug have passed since the Mahabharat war. Kalyug started in the Mahabharat war. And from then on, it's been going like slowly climbing up. Now, it's good. I mean, it's not the peak or anything. It's still good times. It's not that bad. It's not Ghor Kalyug yet. It's 5,000 years. Most people alive today will not survive.
So, but we are not moving towards light.
Light is after 4,35,000 years. That's when Kalki will come and end the Kalyug by killing Kali. So Kali lives for 4,35,000 years. And we finished only 5,000. There's 4,30,000 left.
So the Dwapar was as small as a few thousand years.
Who said Dwapar is 3 times? It's 4,321. So Satya Yuga is 4 times longer than Kali Yuga. Dwapar Yuga is 3 times longer. And Treta Yuga is Treta Yuga is 3 times longer. Dwapar Yuga is 2 times longer. That's why it's called Dwapar now. But actually, Dwapar was first and Treta was next. But in this Kalpa, and a Kalpa is one set of yugas, like all the 4 yugas put together is called a Kalpa. This Kalpa, Vashishta couldn't wait for Ram. Vashishta couldn't wait for Ram. So he pulled Treta Yuga first and he pushed Dwapar Yuga back. He prayed to Mahakal and he did this. Wow. That's why now it's confusing, right? First is Satya Yuga, Krita Yuga. Okay, fine. Second one is called Treta Yuga. Second is called Treta. But it turns out there are 3 avatars of Vishnu who came in the Treta. And in the Dwapar there were 2 avatars of Vishnu. In Kali there's only 1. Like that. Out of the Maha avatars of Vishnu. Vishnu has had 25 avatars or something. 25, 26. Can't keep count because the Puranas are too many. If you start including the Mohini births, then...
Yes, which is not included in the Dashamavatar.
Dasha Mahavatar is different.
Alright, and so it's definitely not happening in the next 30 years, as they say.
When Sadhguru says that we're over the worst and it's getting better, and this guy, Yogananda's teacher, Yukteswar Giri, he also wrote a book about it, saying Kali Yuga is over, we are now in Satyuga and it's all over. Like, I don't think so, guys. Look around you. Things are just going bad to worse, right? Our 5G will now become 6G. Yes. Oh God, it's going to mess with your mind waves like the next stuff that's coming. I'm already too sensitive to all these EMFs. And it's horrible.
So how do we save ourselves from these 5Gs and 6Gs despite knowing?
Be rich.
Be rich and do what?
Have your land and block all those radiations.
No, but then I'm saying that how do you communicate without the phone?
No need. Have one area with Wi-Fi if you absolutely need to use it, and keep the rest of it free of all that. Have one area with connectivity, not even Wi-Fi. Have LAN plug-in, and leave the rest of it. Like, why I need my phone? We've been talking for so long, did you need your phone? Like, talk to another human being, why you need your phone? Pretend it's 1985. How can we live without our phone? Oh my God, really? Your ancestors lived thousands and millions of years without phone and you can't do it. Oh my God, I'm so sorry for you, man. Oh God, you can't live without your phone. No, you can't live without the artificial lights. I see, okay. What else you can't live without? Oh, your polyester clothes. Okay. What else? Like, oh, Swiggy. You can't live without Swiggy. Okay. What are these people? You should throw them in the jungle for 10 days. I've lived in the jungle, like thick jungle. Huh? I've lived there with the animals. Thick jungle. Snakes, scorpion, the South Indian jungles, North Indian jungles. North Indian jungles are slightly better. They have only 1 or 2 poisonous snakes. But here they have like some 5 to 6 venomous snakes. And all sorts of, like the worst is the wild dogs, oh my god. If you run into them, they'll eat you up. Even lion tiger won't eat you as a first choice. It would rather eat a deer or something. But this one will eat you. Wild dogs will eat you. And bears, they'll attack you. One swipe from a bear will take off your thighs. And people are like, how can I live without malls? What did your ancestors face, man, to make you, to give birth to you? Shouldn't you have some honor for that? And train something, their old arts. Shouldn't you know martial arts? Shouldn't you know how to use a stick? Shouldn't you be carrying a weapon with you? Shouldn't you be expert in archery and wrestling and all somebody, right? Whoever does that is a Kshatriya. You know? Just because you're born in a Kshatriya household doesn't make you a Kshatriya. So, you have to be everything according to your deeds. Right now I'm a teacher, so I'm a Brahman. But when I'm practicing martial arts, I'm a Kshatriya. When I'm doing work on my computer, then I'm a Shudra. And when I'm making money, then I'm a Vaishya. Everybody goes through these 4 cycles. So you have to understand.
Like the Trigunas take their chances, all the Varnas also take.
In a day I go through every Varna, you know. So I'm not just one Varna, I'm not only Brahman. But if you do my Hatya, it's Brahma Hatya only. Because I teach the Vedas. Those who are teaching the Vedas, you can't kill them.
Guruji, do you think people have turned towards spirituality because of YouTube as a platform?
Yeah, YouTube mostly, because that's what the youngsters are watching. And there was a lot of stuff, no? Like, what's his name? Rajashri Nandi spoke about Bhairav Diksha he gave to everybody. They're all sitting and doing Om Bhairavaya Namaha. So like this, people are getting spiritual by what they're learning on YouTube, like Ekalavya.
So do you think it is a good thing to do, or?
You need a guru, otherwise, you know, you'll end up with your thumb cut off.
So before you find a guru, if any human being is increasing his patrata by just chanting for a few days or few months or few years.
Guru will find you and grip your mind when he thinks you're ready. Then you can't go anywhere, you have to go to Guru.
Yeah, correct. I agree to that. Which means if you begin somewhere on a mass level.
Patrata comes from having thinking time, which people don't have. Even watching YouTube, they're not thinking, they're taking other people's thoughts.
Correct. But then if you chant something that is given on YouTube, does that increase your patrata or it doesn't?
It reduces your patrata for Diksha.
Really?
Because you haven't thought anything, you just swallowed whatever and you're an opportunist basically. You're not a very good person if you do that. You have to use your brains. You're just very ready to just swallow anything from anybody. You have no quality, you have no thoughts, you have to think about it deeply. Otherwise you won't recognize a guru. People come to me and they say, how can I find a guru, Guruji? I'm like, interesting. What is this? You go to an ice cream shop and ask, where can I find ice cream? I'm here. They can't even recognize. So that's not patrata, no? Patrata and all, we have proper tests. I have something called Devi Sparsha Challenge. If people are able to go there and get communication with Devi and get signs of communication with Devi, then only I'll teach them. They have to really be blessed and start making sense. They have to open their mouth, talk sense. Then I'll teach them. Otherwise I don't teach them. Otherwise they open their mouth, nonsense comes out, you're not yet got the patrata. And the Guru is a judge of whether you're talking sense or nonsense. It's absolutely my prerogative whether I teach someone or not. So that is something that then you need to listen to every word I say and you need to use your brain as well. Not just mug up everything I say and then repeat it back to me. I'm not interested in that kind of learning. I don't think memory is a part of learning. Learning is your intelligence and just like the body has an agility, it's the agility of your mind. You need to improve it and you need to look for puzzles and challenges. The mind that looks for challenges is who I want. People are looking how to get rid of all the challenges. That's what they're coming to me for. I'm not interested. Who wants to take up a challenge? Then I'll train you. And there are people who want to take up a challenge. I'm training them. I have a bunch of people, like 100 people in training about how to start a business and how to be business leaders. There's another bunch of people training on how to teach children. There's another bunch of people training on how to make centers, spiritual centers. There's another bunch of people training on martial arts. There's another bunch of people training on tantras. There's another bunch of people training on Vedas. Another bunch of people training on Puranas, different Puranas. So everyone is divine and everyone has a purpose and the Guru can understand who is made for what. But they have to get ready and drop all the nonsense. You ask them if I teach anyone before they're ready. Do I teach anyone before I'm ready? No. Ask any of my students. They'll say no. They didn't get the lesson till they were ready. A lot of people have been around for 10 years and they learned nothing from me because they didn't have the patrata. I mean, of course, I gave them lessons and diksha and whatever, but they didn't learn anything. I didn't give further lessons because they're not using the brain. So I'm like, you have to use your brain, and they're like, oh, okay, and they postpone it because they don't have thinking time. So that's why I realized, you have to sacrifice 3 to 4 hours of your day for learning yoga. If you're not willing to do that, don't come to me because it's very difficult path, and you have to be at your wit's end. I mean, you have to be like on your feet, thinking on your feet. You can't be a lazy thinker. You can't be someone wanting shanti, peace. You have to be someone wanting that joy of the war between good and evil. If you're in that, then you're on the spiritual path. Otherwise, you're like, no, that is dualism. I want to be non-dual and Advaita, and I'm going to, it's all about me, myself, and me and I. Okay, die. Life is about the joy of fighting. Chaos versus order. I'm clearly on the force of order, side of order. I'm a major force on the side of order. And there's a lot of chaotic forces in the world. They're all my enemies.
Wow.
It's not a
You've said such a profound thing right now.
Really? Okay.
Yes, actually. You're on the side of the order and all the chaotic things are your enemies.
Yes.
So when you're talking about fight also, it's in the side of the nature.
Yeah. Not nature. Nature. Bhumi Devi is also part of nature. She's made from the fat of asuras. All the tectonic plates, the 12 tectonic plates are made from the fat of asura, which is Madhu and Kaitab when they got killed. So that's why she's called Medhini, made of fat. Medha is fat. So this Medhini loves evil. She wants animals to eat each other here, and she wants people to fight each other and die. And she loves it. She supports it. Now order over here, she will give little place. She will not give the whole earth for the order. She gives little place and she creates this. But then it's for us to win her over. After she got the fat of Madhu and Kaitab, she is very much partial towards asuras. And she allows them to win. That is the order of Asura means chaos, no? Sur means harmony. Or that Sur Mein Gana?
Yes.
Asur is out of harmony.
Yes.
So she loves that. She likes to promote that. And then she likes to watch the game, like what is this guy doing? What is this guy doing? She's mother of me also. She's mother of the Asur also. When Sur and Asur will always have a problem.
So how does one understand this? This of course...
There are only 3 roles in the world. Sur, Asur and Manav. Manav is a victim always. You know, in Kung Fu Panda, there was Kung Fu Panda and the evil person, and there were those rabbits and others.
Yes.
So you want to be rabbits falana, then you can be. But if you want to be like Kung Fu Panda, then you have to be Kung Fu Panda. Or you have to be the evil tiger or whatever. Pick one of the three. But people pick Manav and they keep complaining because that's what victims do. So I'm not interested for anyone who wants to have a Manav birth. If you want to have a Divya birth and you want to live a Divya life, I'm the Guru. Because I've not seen anybody else training as hard as me. Why, I don't know. But they should. Otherwise they'll die, which they do. So we have to train hard and we have to protect ourselves with our spiritual energy. We should not allow bad things to happen to us. You have to have like Godame relationship with Devi. That's why I'm saying the first thing is spiritual protection and privilege. If you're unable to generate that, you can't survive in this earth which supports evil also. And then that's why it's most interesting. Everybody is dying to be born on earth. All the devas want to be born here. They're like, can I come as an avatar? Can I come as an avatar? They want to be born here. And you got a human birth. After so many births, you got a human birth. And people don't have value for this. Their Thames Nadi education makes them feel that they have no value. Crazy, right? How are you of no value? Your ancestors, how many ancestors went and sacrificed so much just to make you? No, every mother who has a child, how much she has to sacrifice? Every father who has a child, how much he has to sacrifice? So how many parents, generations have sacrificed so that you can be alive today? And you say you're not special? What an insult to all your ancestors. What an insult. Your Pitrus, you just pat on them. You just pat on them. By saying, I'm not special. But Thames Nadi teaches you that this is morally okay to be not special. To be ordinary and not extraordinary is morally okay. It's morally okay. Why? Because they said 35% will pass you. You don't have to be extraordinary. We will pass you even if you're not extraordinary. But in Gurukulam, you don't get any pass unless you're extraordinary. So that's why we have quality. Listen, I don't need to train the whole masses. I just need to train a few leaders. Agastya has told me exactly there will be 7 crore people who are Siddhas on this planet when Ghor Kali Yuga starts. And they're the ones who will survive it. So the work has started now for 5,000 years later. It's going to be really bad. Only those who are training for it will survive. People can't even think of a timeline of 5,000 years.
Exactly.
They don't even know what's going to happen in 5 years. So then it blows everyone's mind, so I keep my mouth shut.
No, but what you're saying completely makes sense, because if Babaji thought like that, he wouldn't be alive today.
He wouldn't have any reason to live. Oh, Kali Yuga is over? Okay, I'll die. He wanted to leave his body. Mataji told him, don't go. That's why he said, okay, I'll stay. Because she's having fun.
And when you call her Ma with all your love and heart, then she will forget everything and she'll come running to you. So she is all merciful.
Yes. Only when you call her Ma. Otherwise she'll be teaching you lessons.
Okay.
So with years of atheism has been reversed by these YouTube channels. And it's a great thing.
Yeah, actually I see that. So why does she like Bali in the first place? When everybody is her child.
She's Rakta Priye. She loves blood.
But not the Parvati version.
Kali. Kali and Kamakya both love blood. They're like, Bali chada abhi. So there are rituals for that, man. And the energy of the Bali also changes, I told you I used to offer Bali. The mantra is some 100 plus words.
Really?
Yeah.
Before you do the Bali, you chant that mantra.
We whisper this into the buffalo's ear. Then you cut its neck.
And does the buffalo get a better life after that, is what they say sometimes?
Buffalo gets some big benefits. Yeah, it's all written. You can read Kalika Purana, it's all written. Yeah. The procedure of offering bali is there. And that's what they follow even Mysore till today.
And the person who is doing the bali or offering it to Ma does not get the paap of it at all. Because when you have chanted the mantra, it is offered already mentally to Devi. And then
That is Devi's animal.
and then it is hers.
If you eat its biryani, nothing happens to you. And not only that, everything we do, like our kitchen is called Kali's kitchen. And if we are cooking non-veg, we offer it first to Devi. We give the bari to Devi and then only we cook it.
And you all cut the animal's head over here only?
No.
Or you get it from
We
outside?
do it in the slaughterhouse because it's smelly.
Okay.
Blood gets
But in the sense you have a separate slaughterhouse and you don't purchase it already, the already cut meat?
Not from the supermarket, no. We know the animal that we're eating.
Okay. Yeah, because that's another question, yes.
Yeah. So there's procedures for this also. Man. Sanatan is big enough to accommodate everything, Because Devi is the one who's taking all these forms. She's the one doing it.
Yeah, so that's what my question was, that she has now become very, very prevalent, which she was like not showing up so much before all this Kamakhya Tantra was talked about on YouTube.
That was people, they were paralyzed and lying at the bottom of the ocean. They had a dictatorial government for so long, and then finally they got somebody who's made the economy a little stronger. Otherwise, where were we? There was no national pride. There were not people working together. There were a lot of national integration songs on Doordarshan, but people were still killing each other. The law and order was in the toilet. It was run like a banana republic, and now we're competing with the world's best.
Yeah, so in the last few years, yes.
In this quick turnaround, it's because of Indians finding their culture back.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, do you think the Muslims and Christians here have a different culture? They're also from this land only. Yes, they have some blood, some Turkish blood and some Arab blood and whatever blood. But the Muslims living here are literally identical to us. They have our culture only. So they also need to respect it and know where we came from. Look like the Indonesians. They have Ram Leela. Why can't you also respect it? Why can't the Christians also respect it? No, they don't have that respect of where we live, how ancient is the culture. I mean, it is not equal. Let's compare by the number of books only. The number of books in this room, this room is not enough to hold the number of holy books we have. My bag is enough to hold the holy books of the Christians and the Muslims, So, think, you should have some thinking time. You're with the elder brother here. Sanatan Dharma, it's so much older and it has every concept that you've ever learned in Christianity or Islam has been covered here already. And more, and more, and more, and more, and different aspects of it. So, everything, and people make such a huge fuss about vegetarianism and say that this is the Hindu identity, that we should be vegetarian. It's one of the identities. It's the Brahman identity. The Brahman has to have food with less energy so that he can sit and study. Really. Without getting distracted, sit in one place and study. So he needs food with less energy. If you eat meat like a Kshatriya, then you'll have to be active like me. You can't sit in one place. But I do sit in one place because I fast after this. I mean, I'm just having a snack now and I'm done. So the amount of calories I eat is actually very less. I don't eat much. The rest of the energy is from sun. And Antar Yagna. I do Yagna for my inner fires. That's where all the energy is coming from. Do you know I'm sick right now? I'm
You don't look like that you're sick at all.
I'm at 1/10 my energy today. Ask him how I was yesterday. Yeah. And this is like the 6th podcast directly I'm doing. Like this is the 6th day I'm shooting continuously. I'm not tired. Despite that I did all my exercise and I'm here. And I have to tell people that I'm sick.
They cannot find it
I
out.
can't find it out. Because even my sick is better than their healthy. So we have to be like that, you know. When we have Mother's grace, we can be like that. Not otherwise. Yeah. I found a Nandi also to put on this. It's all grace. Yeah, and a Shesh, right? Like who has Nandi with a snake? So it's all grace, you know, the things that come to us. We didn't earn any of it. We just said Ma.
Oh, sweet. So that's the mantra. Just remember her with all your love and heart, and she will be there to respond to you.
She will always be there. She can't resist. Even if the Asuras called her Ma, she went. She's like, I'm coming.
At the end of the day, a mother is a mother. If the child is doing good deeds or bad deeds, deeds are unimportant, but if she is given birth to them, she is the mother.
That's what it is. She'll still care for you.
So there is a huge curiosity in the name Himalayan. Why is that so? Anything which has Himalayan water, Himalayan cosmetics, everything has picked up with the word Himalayan. Why is it that we face, is there any Himalayan tantra or technique that can take us closer to self-realization, which brought this kind of revolution with the name Himalayan?
No, let's understand the Himalayas are a very special place and also the seat of the Vedas. So that's where earlier it was ocean, and when the Indian subcontinent crashed into the Asian continent, that's how that crash with all the seawater it came up and then it became the Himalayas. So that's why it has Himalayan salt. It's got seashells, fossils. It's got a lot of signs of sea in it. All the minerals there, everything has a lot of sea minerals. So
Which are not found on any other mountain.
not found on any other mountain. So the flora and fauna there are, of course, like in any place. Like the flora of Amazon is unique to Amazon because it has its own story. Like that, Himalayas have their own story. But the reason it's revered so much is because it's the seat of all the Vedas and the Puranas and all of the stories. Like you want to find Vyas Kund, it's there, and the story of why Vyas Kund exists is there in the Puranas. And then, you know, like that. For example, whatever Rakshastal has its story, and you know, because that happened because of Ravan, and you know, there's just like you can't walk around without walking into the Puranas in the Himalayas. Similarly, in the south, there are many such holy places.
Correct. Plenty of them.
Yeah.
So, Thiru means Shiva?
Thiru means Shri, like how you say
Thiru means Lakshmi.
Shri Modi ji. How you add a Shri, like for respect. Auspicious. Shri means auspicious and also means Lakshmi. So that's all Thiru is.
Thirunelveli, Thiruvannamalai, everything has a...
Actually Annamalai, but you add Shri Annamalai to it. Thiru Annamalai, that's all.
And I was under impression that Thiru means Shiva, and he is present everywhere. In the down south, he is revered so much that everything begins with Shiva.
Oh no, Thiru is just an honorific. Okay. Yeah.
So, is there any Himalayan tantra or Himalayan technique, like how you have the Shakta tantra? Is there any Himalayan tantra?
It's Kashmiri Shaivism.
Is Himalayan Shaivism only? Okay.
And Bon religion, B-O-N. The Tibetans' religion, that is also that. Then
A part of Himalayan tantra only.
then Vajra Yoga, which is also Hindu and it's also Buddhist. And there's a one temple where Hindus and Buddhists both come, because the Buddhists say that the god there is Avalokiteshvara, and the Hindus say that it's Trilokinath.
Okay.
And they have Buddhist prayers also, and they have Hindu prayers also.
Okay.
And the whole temple has these wheels which you roll, just like a Buddhist monastery. So you can see Hindu-Buddhist harmony in Vajrayana.
Okay.
And that is also Himalayan Tantra.
So, could you throw more light on the tantra itself? What are the practices like?
It begins with mantra, siddhi. You keep saying the mantra. When you say the mantra, there should be effects. You say the mantra and wind should come, for example.
Such kind of mantras exist, we all know. But does it also depend upon the person who's chanting it?
Yeah, depends on their purity. When you say the mantra, you say only the mantra. Instead, you don't say, I hope this works, or any other such shit. You say only the mantra. It has so much control over your mind. So it starts with meditation until you get control over your mind and you're not spilling all over the place. You have to master the 5 avasthas, Turiya Tita, Turiya, Sushupti, Swapna and Jagrut. You have to master all these 5 avasthas. Then only you can control your thoughts. And then you will be just saying the mantra, that's it. And then things will happen. You say another mantra, there will be some other effect. Can you feel the wind?
Yes.
I said the mantra. So that's mantra siddhi, okay? See the wind now?
Yeah.
You can feel it. Okay. So it was absolutely still before that, no?
Yes.
So I gave you a cool breeze. So like this we can do. We have control over nature with mantra. Once you have that, then you get on to the practice of tantra, which is basically mudras and kriyas that you will do. And sometimes the kriya is done using the mudras.
Fair.
Breathing.
Are there mantras for everything, Guruji?
Almost everything, whatever you need practically. Yeah. But there are no mantras to still your mind, because first you have to still your mind, then only you get the mantra.
Okay. So, if somebody is following the Agora path, is meditation a part of Agora, or first the mantras are given?
The first thing they taught me, I learnt Agora when I was 8 years old. The first thing they taught me is to sit still and shut up inside. Then you'll start noticing the outside. That's the first thing an Agori has to do. Be absolutely silent inside and get everything there. Your senses have to be fully opened. That's why they grow their hair, because hair is antenna. Everything I have this antenna.
So then, what if the person has spent a lot of years and sitting still inside is nothing but meditation? So it's interconnected. First he is doing the meditation, then he is getting the mantra.
Then only Guru will find him fit to give the mantra when he has complete inner silence. When you're like, okay, this guy is worth it, he's worthy, I'll give him a mantra. The advanced stage of Tantra is Yantra, I told you.
Just the drawing and whatever you want can be. And it is obvious.
You make the Yantra with your hand. Like, Reiki people make chokure and all.
Yeah.
Like that. You make the Yantra, you just draw it on your palm. Nobody will even know you're doing it. And things will start moving out here and there. Anything can happen.
Very interesting.
That's the completion stage of Tantra for that, And then there is Tantra which is to be done with a partner, which is called Yamala Tantra. And that is sexual in nature. And for good reason, because all of the parts is very difficult, because where to find a partner, right? Where to find someone of the opposite gender who's worked themselves as hard as you. So most people can't find.
Absolutely.
So the solution is to create. That's what Agastya did. When he couldn't find a partner, he created Lopamudra. Is there in the Purana solution for everything?
I didn't know she was created by...
Lopamudra means lost parts. Mudra is parts, Lopa is lost. So he found, by the parts removed from animals, the lost parts of the animals, he created her. Her eyes are made from the deer, for example. Deer's eyes. Yeah. So she's made from various animal parts. She was not born from her mother's menstrual blood, saved up menstrual blood. She was born like this. Agastya gave birth to her. So Siddhas create their consorts.
Wow. That's so interesting even to hear. That you can create your consort.
They do. I mean, by create I mean it can also be like they teach, and she's obviously bound to someone else, but she becomes yours when you teach her. So that's what happens. That's the karma. So that soul also will come with that karma. It's all pre-planned. Like who gets here is pre-planned. What they do is free will. If you ride your bike after drinking 10 pegs of whiskey into a pole, that's not karma. That's your irresponsibility. So where does you draw the line between karma and this?
Yes. Please explain that.
Fully external circumstances that you had absolutely nothing, no control about. That's karma. Everything else is your irresponsibility, including your death.
Your death is your irresponsibility.
I thought Babaji said. When I asked him what is death, he said.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I've heard that podcast of yours.
It's your responsibility to take care of this vehicle. It's death.
Okay, so then one very interesting question. They say that your body is like a prepaid card. You are sent here with the number of breaths that you are supposed to, inhale, exhale. So, which means that if you are able to control your breath.
Who decided this? Which government?
Not government. I've read it somewhere.
But who decided human being has only so much breath?
So then why do people die?
Which government? There is no government of death. You can live as long as you want.
Then what is Yama doing?
Yama is staying away from Siddhas. He doesn't come near us. Because Siddhas are like Shiva. You think Yama goes to Shiva and plays cards with him? He stays far away.
So how does one become a Siddha?
Last time Yama came to Shiva, he kicked him. Then he had to run.
Rishi Markandeya was also one example of it.
Yeah, his story only. Yama was dragging him, Shiva came and kicked Yama. That is, culture is there in Chidambaram. So really, I belong to the government of Shiva and Parvati. I don't think there's any Yama here.
But Shiva is also known as the Mahakal who takes the life. He's also known for destruction.
Mahakal doesn't take life, Yama takes life. Mahakal doesn't take life.
Yeah, but then he's also known for destroying, right? So
Samhar, not life, he destroys the universe. Which is, Laya. In Sanskrit, Laya. Laya is different from Mrityu. Laya is everything dissolves into the one again, from which it came. That's Shankar's work.
So Shankar's work is not to look after the life and death of any human being. If you are in his territory, if you follow him, you can actually increase your life.
Yeah. What is this number of breaths? Why can't it take one more breath? It can take.
Because what I have understood from whatever I have read is that if you're a Siddha, you get the control on your breath, and then that's how you can live longer.
We are not such beggars. We'll talk directly to Shiva if we want to live longer. No? Why should I collect these lottery tickets? You know how people collect coupons from paper and then go because they don't have money. Those coupons will give them some kind of discount. In the US they used to do that. Is that what Siddha is? Sab katake fir save and then we're not such bhikaris. Siddhas are emperors. They sit with Shiva. If they want immortality, they'll get it. They have a bloody good reason to be immortal. Those who didn't have a bloody good reason to be immortal finished the reason they came and they left, like Adi Shankaracharya. He said, no, I finished my work. My work was to stop the spread of Buddhism. I came, I stopped it. How do you think Hinduism survived? Show me one country which has retained its culture after Islam and Christianity came there. They've all been wiped out and converted the whole country. Couldn't work in Bharat. What happened? People like Shankaracharya have been coming. After Shankaracharya, who came? Shivaji Maharaj kicked all the Mughals out, ruled India for 150 years. All the Marathas ruled India for 150 years after that, which they don't mention in the history books. Gurukuls came back then. We started studying the Vedas again, and because of the corruption of the Marathas and the infighting, not because they were weak warriors, infighting, the British came in. And now the British are gone, but they have left themselves here. Like, when you take one sticker out, there will be some sticky stuff. That's Thames Nadi. And now I have come, I am the turpentine. So Sanatan is always protected. It will never die. It's not the job of the ordinary, sheep citizen, like, Kung Fu Panda, there are these pigs and ducks and small animals. It's not their job to protect Sanatan. But they're the ones to thumping the chest will protect Sanatan. With what knowledge? With what ability? With what confidence? With what relationship with God are you saying this? Did Shiva ask you to protect his religion? Did Devi ask you? Did Brahma ask you? Did Vishnu ask you? Did the Rishis ask you? Did any of the avatars ask you? What is happening? Why are you thumping your chest for something you have no part in making, don't know anything about, and you're trying to protect it? Let's tell him to recite one stotra and see what he says. That's what they did to one Dongi Baba. They said, Gayatri Mantra Bolo. Om Bhur Bhusi, something and all he's saying. He doesn't know. Then chappal se maar ke nikala usko. I saw a reel. Karna chahiye na. You need to test the knowledge of everyone. Qualify yourself if you have knowledge. Show some results. That's what I did in martial arts also. People are not showing results. I opened Bangalore Fight Club. I called everybody. I sent invitations to everybody. You're all free to come here and fight. And we'll have wrestling on Saturday and no rules on Sunday.
Wow.
No rules on Sunday, Kalima is getting a lot of blood. So people are holding their nose and running to the bathroom and trail of blood along, and one guy is wiping it also with a disinfectant. And the whole media is there to cover it, and all the TV channels and all the newspapers, and everybody is there every week. The cops got pissed off. They're like, what are you doing here? We got so many complaints that blood is falling and that and this. Shut this shit down. They warned me. Then I had to shut it down after the cops told me close it. But people used to come there and hit each other and really understand who they are and where they stand. And my students used to win against all of them because nobody knows to fight. So that time we separated. We became the largest martial arts school in India because I just separated, the wheat from the chaff, I can do it again for spirituality if I want, but I'm not bothered because I'm not looking for everyone as my student. Back then I thought everybody should learn martial arts. I'm not at all desperate for my students. I know there are exactly 7 crore people who will become Siddhas. Exactly 7 crore. 70 million. Now I have some 25 Siddhas. It's a long way to go. Karenge na, jaldi kya hai? What is the hurry? Everything happens in its own sweet time, The mango you're eating was started by the mango tree 12 years ago. Now you're eating it. No? When it was a seed, that's when we sowed it and the first sprout came. Bijankur. The first Bijankur was 12 years ago. And today you're getting the mango. People are getting some mangoes from me, but I started 13 years ago. You wait another 50 years, see what happens. What happens?
So what do the Panch Makara depict? What is it for? Is it for...
elements, the 5 elements. Matsya is water and Maithunya is fire. Mada is Madhya. Madhya is Akash. And and Mamsa is earth, and Mudra is what is left? Wind. Correct, no? All the 5.
So Panchmakara is offered to Devi to please her.
Ah, she loves it. She loves alcohol worship. Because she laughs at it, because Kali wanted to stay in alcohol, but when it's offered to her, can't. Kali wanted to stay in slaughter. It's offered to her, she, Kali wanted to stay in illicit sex and sexuality and lust. He wanted to stay in lust. And she's like, give it to me. Give me the sex, give me the alcohol, give me the meat.
So she's trying to close the areas where Kali could be sitting.
She laughs at Kali. Kali is doing his Kali Yuga, but when Devi comes, he also stands like this. So in Kali Yuga, the Panchamakara shows that you are with Devi's platoon. There's a big platoon of people who come with Devi, right? Ashtabhairavs, Dakini, Shakini, Rakini, Lakini, all of them. And then you have the Kinnaras, the horse-faced women who keep whispering erotic stories in Devi's ear. And then there are these musician Devas, Gandharvas. And there's a whole retinue, it's a band baja when she comes. And it's an army also. Army of ghosts, army of that, army of this, and that, like I'm also there in that army. When you practice Panchamakara, you're also there in that army. That's all. So it's called a left hand path, I don't know why.
Even that's
Vamachar. Vamachar. Why people don't drink alcohol? They don't have sex. They don't eat fish, and they don't eat. If tantrics do it, whoa, ha! Every other person is having sex, having meat, having alcohol, having fish, and having pakodas. Today I also had pakodas. Mudra's pakodas. Sounds like a party. Why the hell are you not in it? And Devi you can worship while partying? Tell that to Gen Z. Then they'll respect some Hinduism, I guess.
Yeah, maybe it's an alien concept in the minds of people.
Only for Christians it's an alien concept. They demonized it and they said that this is the religion of Satan and Kali is Satan. That's what they said. So they demonized it.
Even Vaishnavas don't eat meat.
तो ठीक है ना, करो ना. That's also Sanatan. Why you can't accept that in a forest there will be different kind of plants? Why you want only one crop? Imagine you go to a forest and it's only like rice plants, everything. That's called a farm. It's not a forest. Sanatan is a forest. Every other religion is a farm. They grow only one thing. We grow many things here. That's why we're rich. Okay? So have some respect here. Like if we can respect the Vaishnavas, why can't the Vaishnavas respect us? I'm not sitting here criticizing the vegetarians, am I? No. It's always the vegetarians who have a problem with the non-vegetarians. Non-vegetarians are like very tolerant. In fact, today you ate some by mistake and I was so sorry to you. Because I was like, shit, sorry, it looked like the dal vada and it was not. It was mutton keema vada. So now what to do? We should respect each other, no?
Absolutely. That's how one can coexist.
Yeah, like I can't look down on you saying you're a vegetarian. Oh, I won't do your podcast. Is it? It's not right.
In fact, if there was respect and tolerance, the society would not be in a state where it is.
I'm saying the diversity within Sanatan gives it the ability to tolerate and respect even other religions.
Absolutely. I agree to that.
But then we've become intolerant now because we've started swallowing Thames Nadi. We should have respect. And you know that this is also valid scriptural source. This is also valid scriptural source. Don't call this names. Then they will be mad at you. Because you're like, you don't recognize her in all her forms. Like, Devi, you come only like this. Come like a daughter-in-law, then I'll respect you. Come in your Kali form, Nangapunga, I won't respect you. It's because it's not sanskari. Why? How many people ask me why I don't wear shirt? And I said, free the nipples movement. Like, what is it? Why is it your business if I wear a shirt or not, man? Sahi laga to suno, nahi to jao. So like this, why do you have tattoos? People are asking me. हमने तूने कुछ सुना जो मैंने बोला? Did you hear anything what I said? Or you're only looking at my tattoos? Zen master lifts a girl and takes her across a river, and his students are like, how could he touch a girl? We are all celibates. How could he lift her?
Yeah, that's very, very popular.
Yeah. And then he's like, for those who don't know, the guy goes like, after 5 kilometers, Master, why are you carrying? Why did you carry that girl? I said, I left her at the bank. Why you are still carrying her?
True.
The day whoever is with you, have a good time with them. Is it hard? Not hard.
So, could you tell me a basic difference between Kala Tantra, Aghora Tantra, Dakshinachara and Vedanta?
Kala Tantra, Aghora Tantra.
Dakshinachara and Vedanta. What are the basic differences one follows while following these paths?
I was just reading about this. Kaul are the worshippers of Kali, and they belong to the Kali Kula. That's why they're called Kaul. And then there is, and they do this stuff, this non-veg and sex and all that. They practice that. Dakshinachar will be tantra that is vegetarian, non-sexual.
But still following Kali.
But it also comes from Kali because Kali is called
Dakshin Kali.
Dakshina also. She's called Dakshina. So that is also her worship. Like Ramakrishna was not doing any of those.
He was a Dakshinachari.
Dakshinachari.
Okay.
And he was faithful to his one Sharda, and he didn't even have sex with her. He used to just worship her, wash her feet. You know?
Right.
So he was not interested in that. Alcohol, sex, meat, fish, that route he was not taking. And then there is Aghora. Aghora is the study of death and the obsession about death. And ultimately we meet Kali only there in the Smashan Ghat. We meet Kali only.
And Tara.
And Tara, yeah. Kali and Tara are almost identical.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's...
So they are different names but ultimately lead to Kali.
I would say the different forms of Kali herself, because everything comes from her, yeah.
And Vedanta?
Vedanta is the end of the Vedas. You're supposed to read it after reading the Vedas. Otherwise it won't make sense. But people are busy reading only the Anta. It's like reading the last chapter of a book. What you'll understand? Who's going to read the rest of the Vedas? And that too, they'll take the smallest Mandukya Upanishad and then they'll read it and they'll feel like they understood something out of the 108 Upanishads. Even Upanishads are 108. In that Yoga Upanishads are 20. They don't read Yoga Upanishads. They say Vedanta by reading some few Upanishads. If you read the whole Yoga Upanishads, then it's talking about Kundalini, it's talking about duality again, Dvaita. So now they've made Advaita synonymous with Vedanta. No. It is not.
That's what I'm understanding from you, that they are totally different.
Totally different.
Vedanta is the Ant of Veda and yogic path is different. Advait path is the yogic path.
Advait path is some fake path. I don't know whose path it is. Whose path it is? They're saying it's Adi Shankara's path. No. He wrote Lalita Sahasranama. He's very much believing in duality. Yes, he wrote Nirvana Shatakam. So,
but is it true that from duality you move towards, from Advait from Dvait to Advait?
singularity.
Yeah, singularity.
I would say that singularity is not a path, it's just the truth of everything. Why is that a path? That's like regressing and going back where you came from. It's like climbing back into your mother's vagina. How can you do that? It won't fit. So that's what they're not understanding. It's like we want to go back into a mother's womb. Like, why?
When you relate yourself with the absolute, it becomes non-dual.
That's where you came from. Why do you want to return there? It's dark like your mother's womb. There's nothing there.
But aren't we all the part of that same absolute?
So what? A cake is a cake when it's baked. If you unbake it and put its ingredients back, you'll have sugar, maida and that and this and this. What do you want? Oh, can you eat sugar and maida? You make a cake out of it, no?
You're saying that
You're the cake.
something
You're the cake
has
wanting
already
to-
been made out of something, and now you're trying to go back and, figure
No,
out.
like, yeah, I'm actually sugar. It's like a cake saying, I'm sugar, I'm wheat, I'm atta. Like, come on, man. It's the truth. Singularity is the truth. So what? How is that powerful? How does that change your life? How does that make you money? How does that improve your relationships? How does that improve your health? Please tell me, somebody. Nonsense here. And that's the whole religion. It's like atheism, no? They meet every week. Is God still dead? Still dead? Still dead. Okay. That's what they meet for. Look, what do you have to talk about in Advaita? Nothing. There are big discussion boards online about Advaita. What are they discussing exactly? I don't know. Because at singularity you can't discuss anything. Shut up. Shouldn't exist. Only in duality there's something to discuss. We have duality, like there's you and there's me, so we can discuss. All the tantras are duality. Shiva is talking to Parvati and Parvati is talking to Shiva. Duality. Singularity is what? Christianity. So all this has sprung up very recently, and then they spoiled Shankaracharya's name also, dragging him in as the founder of it. Not okay. Not okay. Don't do these things. It's not good.
Which is why, I'm asking such questions so that, people who believe like that can listen to this podcast and know that.
And change their opinion? No way. They'll put 100 comments on this. Yeah. They won't change their opinion. No way. I don't expect them to. But I'm putting this out there because it's the truth. I'm not invested in destroying Advaita. That's not my interest. I don't care. But it's the truth for those who care about the truth.
Yeah, this is an interesting question. So some senior sadhaks / yogis have mentioned on their YouTube podcast that Agora Tantra is the way ahead for India. Do you support the statement? You don't support the statement. You also feel that every type of path is important?
I think so, because if we want to be a rich ecosystem, then we have to have every type of path here.
Okay.
No? Why do you want everyone to be one uniform, boring stuff, man? I'm doing my thing, you leave me alone, respect me, I'll respect you.
No, I think in the context that he had mentioned, it was people look down upon Agora Tantra, and Agora Tantra is the one that will take India ahead.
Agora is one of the forms of Kali. And she's made up of, I can't remember. But her mantra is how many syllables, I can't remember. But there are 49 forms of Kali. Okay. Each associated with the matrikas. Okay. With the different consonants. Yeah. So, if I could remember the number, then I could probably say something about it, but I'm sorry, I don't remember. But anyway, what I understand about Agora is that it's not a public path. It doesn't interfere in public affairs at all. And it is a community of people who want to get rid of violence in their life. Ghora means non-violent. Okay. Yeah. So they do not have these tendencies to be violent at all. That's a real Aghori. But what they show in the media is like a cartoon, okay? A lot of people are Aghoris and they're working in corporate jobs also. Just for fun. Not because they have to. They're not all sitting in the samshan and coating themselves. Those are the... Actually, they are the Pashupati yogis. The ones who coat themselves with ash. Not Aghoris.
And what's the difference between an Aghori and a Pashupati?
Pashupati yoga is... there is a ritual coating of ash which helps you to become one with Shiva because of you actually pretend that you're a dead body, you know. Okay. And you sleep on ash, and then you completely avoid women.
Okay. And socializing with other men also. So that that 12 years you keep away from everything, and then you train your mind to become like that.
That's right. So there are these yoga sutras on Pashupati yoga where all this is explained. So anyone can read, it's available online. So there are the Pashupati yoga sutras. I forgot what they're called. Sorry, memory problems.
That's alright.
Yeah. Anyway, all this knowledge just slips off, and for me it makes no difference, man. Agora will take over the world due to Agor Tantra, that things will come up. Somehow this is national importance.
So Guruji, we had a telephonic conversation and you had mentioned that Devi is not the creator, we are. Could you please throw some more light on this?
Well, Devi just created you, but you created your life. And you got to take responsibility for it. If you keep skipping the responsibility for your life, you'll keep being a victim. You put yourself back in the steering wheel of your life and then you can be a hero. It's only hero, villain or victim. You don't have any other choices, no? Deva, Asura or Manava. Which one do you choose? Kung Fu Panda, Bad Tiger, or those ducks and sheep which keep running away? What do you want to be? So yeah, when you're either a villain or you're a hero, you're creating your life. Even Ravan created his life.
So in that context, if we see there is nothing like a destiny?
No destinies. Devi has created an environment and some laws, and then she's left a lot to your skill. Your skill of what you know, of recognizing her greatness and taking her help. Because she's made it really difficult, like nobody can do. The ones who do miracles are the ones she supports. Madhu Kaithab, she only supported. Then Vishnu, to kill Madhu Kaithab, she only supported. Because she came there and came with very seductive eyes, and they got very lustful, and then they got very male competitive, and started thumping their chest. At that time Vishnu said, I'll give you a boon. And then they said, oh, what, you'll give us a boon? We'll give you a boon, ask anything. You don't give boon. But I'm pleased with your valor, I want to give you a boon. No, you ask first. And Vishnu said, both of you give up your lives. Devi likes to see this drama, you know. She's looking with her eyes there. She likes this drama. So I tell Devi, let your Krupa Kataksha be on me, no? Just one sideways glance on me, please, at least that much. That's enough for me.
So what about the 9 planets? They don't play any role in the destiny of the man?
They do. They bring in all sorts of different theatre. All the heavenly bodies change our weather, including the 9 planets. They are affecting us electromagnetically. So when they change their weather, then here the karmas, the way the karmas execute also changes, the way different karmas ripen at different planetary positions. Do you know that? Yeah. So different karmas are, it's called karma vipaka. So karma is your environment, not your actions. Your actions are your actions. Don't say your actions are karma. It's karma that I drove into this tree. No. It's the Patiala pegs you had last night that you drove into the tree. Take responsibility, right? So there are a lot of people like that blaming karma and they do stupid shit, right?
But when everything is going perfect and still something happens, that is destiny.
You checking out of any awareness, you not sense the danger. Danger never comes suddenly, it comes slowly. It creeps up on you, you can feel it. You have to be aware when danger is creeping up on you. People are getting high when danger is creeping up on them. High on lust, high on alcohol, high on morality, being more moral than the other person, holier than thou. And people get just like, they're losing their awareness in these things. Some stupid ego, some butt hurt from 20 years ago. This is what people lose their energy in. So I tell them, listen, let's do one thing. You focus on your Mooladhara chakra, close your eyes, and then focus on your pelvic floor. And write down in 1 minute how many different thoughts you got instead of the pelvic floor. Then they write down their whole life's failures. Everything that they have not addressed in their life is what they think about. Same things. Then they suppress it. Then something else comes up. Then they suppress it. All of the human beings' mental energy is going in this shit. Guilt, shame, regret, fear, anger, greed. Come on.
So how can one surpass all these things?
You're already surpassed all these things. Thames Nadi told you it's important, you said okay. Now you examine it and say it's not okay. It's a question of your morals. How is it okay for you to be such a big ass victim and you don't have control on your brain? What goes over there? Then take parasite medicine and fix it. Once you have taken parasite medicine, you should be able to fix it. No guru required. No person needs to be angry that this. You don't come to a guru for this. This is what your parents should teach you by giving to you 2 slaps. It's called toilet training. You come to a guru for more advanced knowledge, not how to get rid of my butt hurt. Like what? That doesn't mean I haven't made videos on this, because I care about people. I've made videos on this also, hoping that they'll see something and see the ridiculousness of what they're doing and stop doing it. That's what I expect. I hope it happens one day.
So Guruji, how can one develop Vairagya?
Well, the ragas are something we just drop. It's not hard. Yeah. I think it depends on what you value, in life. Your morals. It makes it okay for you to have ragas. You have some justification for it. That's your morality. Improve your morality and have no justifications for raga, and it will not happen. Because raga is all these negative feelings you have: anger, greed, hurt, jealousy, that, this, everything that you sit and cry about. How is it okay that you are in this role? How is it morally okay that you sit and complain like this? What does that make you, and how are you okay with that? Just the answer to this, Jnana Yoga is enough. No? Some little bit of focus with your attention and thinking can solve 10,000 problems, including this one, how to have Vairagya. But people are hoping for, do this kubbak and hold this mudra and then roll your eyes and you'll get Vairagya. How about you just think, why is that okay for you? It's a moral problem. Having raga is a moral problem. You're okay with too little. Why? Why are you Oliver Twist going and asking for 1 bowl of soup? Don't you have like higher morals? No. Can you not hold yourself up to a higher standard? You want to ask me like why I don't have morals? That's you, man. Why are you a dirty person? Stop being a dirty person. So simple. But no. It's a disease now. It's called parasites now. Everybody take that parasite medicine now. 5 ml colloidal silver for 15 days.
Yeah, so 5 ml of colloidal silver.
It's a general dose, but you please consider what your needs are by reading the book called The Silver Colloidal by Wayne Rowland. Wayne, R-O-W-L-A-N-D, Wayne Rowland. Yeah. So read that book and then you'll know how much to dose yourself and how to get rid of your parasites. He's also written another book which is called Worms Are Killing You. Read these 2 books and then you'll be able to solve your problem yourself. You don't need me for this. Because I'm giving this dosage to my students because I know at what health level they are. I don't know what health level you're at. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do your research and read the book. I don't take responsibility for anything that happens by following this advice. But I think it pretty much kills parasites, so you have to learn it. It's something you have to put your effort for. If you don't have that courage to even learn this, then I think you deserve your parasites. Raga, Vairagya.
That you are one person who, despite being a guru, we can relate to. You know, when we look at you, the feeling, I don't know about others, let me not say we, let me say I. When I look at you, I feel if a guru can have problems and he can resolve them, if he can do it, I can too. That's the feeling I get.
I came here to play the game. I didn't come here to live a life without problems. I came here for problems. I told Amma, give me problems. Dip me inside the problems. And let's see what will cook now. And she's like, okay, let's see. And she's enjoying it. She's laughing and she's enjoying it. Everything I do and every curveball that comes against me, I'm dodging it. She enjoys the sport. No, it's like watching Sachin Tendulkar playing cricket. You're not playing anything, but you really enjoy it. That's what Devi does. She's like, okay. And wherever I need a lift, she gives me a lift. I mean, even stupid shit, okay, like, I don't have a parking place. I'm like, Ma, you know how important I am to you, right? You should give me a parking place. Don't waste my time on this stupid shit, chindi shit. Give me some big problems, okay? And she'll give me parking space. Wherever I go. And I don't want the guy going around in circle, 3rd time, 4th time, God doesn't love me, go home. Yeah. Like soon as I come, some car will back out and it's like it's waiting for me and then I'll get it. So even stupid shit like this, I ask her. It's not stupid shit. I'm telling her, look, I'm giving her a reason, like, don't waste my time in this chindi stuff. Come on. What's the biggest problem you can give me right now? Anything that you can't handle also you give me, I tell her. And she's like, look at this guy. Look at his guts. And she has a laugh. You have to be like that. Please, your mother, be the best you can be.
And how do the people living in cold countries get the sun energy?
Because when you're cold, your body produces sun energy inside. It produces ultraviolet C radiation, which is more powerful than the sun. Because it creates so much change in your cholesterol, creates so many hormones, and it creates vitamin D, and a whole lot of things happen inside your body. How do you think the Scandinavians don't have vitamin D deficiency? In fact, they have a lot of vitamin D compared to us. Because they get a lot of sun, they get 6 months of sun, and the rest of the time they get a lot of cold. So they're all good, man. Like wherever nature has removed sun, she's obviously put cold over there. That's what happens when there's no sun, it's cold. So that cold makes you a sun.
With that, I think I would like to wind up. And you've been an amazing host. I couldn't have asked for anything more. You've answered all my questions patiently, gracefully, and given the answers that people would be looking for. Hopefully. At least that's what I feel and I have intentions of.
Okay.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been such a pleasure. Having met you, spoken to you, feels great.
It was a great interview. Thank you.
Thank you so much.